here. I like everybody. Everybody's involved this morning. I like it. Love it. Love it. Let me see if there's anybody else joining us on Twitch, guys.
No.
Check out Twitch.
Explained her a baby. You on Twitch? Nobody. I was on Twitch too. I said hi. You didn't say hi back.
I did not say hi.
Okay, he was legally in the custody of my attorney until the adoption went through, but he lived with me. Okay, nice. The mom chose to give him up. She was oh my God. I met her mother before she gave birth and the family did not want the baby. Oh my goodness. Wow. Hey Marie, bless your heart. You did
bless you, baby.
Yeah, you did an amazing thing there. This is crazy. You know what? Let's take a music break. We're gonna come back with a few more topics. 8 o'clock we have the Bacchanal Corner. Right now we're starting to line up guests, so we should have some guests start popping in probably in early February. We should have some guests start lining up. Maybe we might have 1 or 2 next week.
Are you saying I'm not enough?
You're not enough.
Why are you bringing guests? Am I not enough?
Oh, you're amazing.
Stressing me out.
You're amazing.
Oh, baby.
I love it when we have guests. Oh, we're gonna we'll have a Kung Fu master again.
That's
Kung Fu master's coming back?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Actually learn some moves this time.
Listen, we're gonna be right back after this. It's a wake-up call. Storm, Consuela, Kareem.
Bye.
Adios, mi amor. If you walk out through the door, goodbye, my love. I won't take it anymore. Adios, mi amor. Russian, you take me for a joke. If you feel like you have me wrapped up around your little finger, you're wrong. And everybody feel as if you lick me chip and I'm programmed to you. Think you alone can love me and I'll be broken if you walk out. But anytime you decide to pack up your things and leave, don't come back. One go, don't come back. I won't cry, I'll be fine. Don't come back. Oh, don't come back. No matter make you do a rich where the good Lord split you. Don't come back. Roses are red, but life is real. This love is gone toxic and a poison. No need to play any games anymore. You're kinda loving and not loving to me. Drifting now, we're drifting. Remember when we were one? This ship is sinking. If we don't bail out, we're gonna drown. My cup is overflowing. I've had enough now. So anytime you decide to pack up your things and leave, don't come back. One go, don't come back. I won't cry, I'll be fine. Don't come back. Anytime you're ready, when you're ready. No, don't come back. And do not make you do a ritual where the good Lord split you. If you feel like you have me wrapped up around your little finger, you're wrong. And everybody feel as if you lick me chip and I'm programmed to you. Cause you alone can love me and I'll be broken if you walk out. Pack up your things and leave. Don't come back. One go, don't come back. I won't cry, I'll be fine. Don't come back.
Good morning.
Edgy, witty, and raw. Yep, this is the Wake Up Call. We are the reason you get written up or worse, fired. Good music, good times. Where the culture lives.
And we're back. We're back. Good morning once again. Welcome back to the Wake Up Call. Yours truly, Kareem, Storm, Consuela. Shout out to everybody locked in via all the various platforms. I like the numbers. We look good this morning. Good morning to the team on YouTube. Morning to the team over there on Twitch. A few people are making the switch to Twitch. But make the switch to Twitch. Trust me, it's nice over there. Morning to everybody on Facebook still logged in. Let's see what we looking at over there. Facebook, let me pull that up here. D-Ron, good morning, bro. Good morning, Denise. Morning, Pop. Morning, Walton. Good morning to everybody on Facebook. Let me put that link for Twitch on Facebook. To the people on Facebook. Okay. Storm, you're gonna break it. Let's see. I'm gonna put that link over there for you guys. And let's see where we go from there. What else do we have in store for everybody locked in right now? Talk to me.
I have a question.
A question. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see where we going with this.
All of us is from some part of the world that's not America.
Right.
For the most part.
Right.
How do you actually feel obligated to help your family that lives abroad?
That's a good one. Join in, man. What are you waiting on? Oh, you don't want people to see you chewing? No. All right. Do I feel obligated to help family? Let me tell you something about my early days in the US of A. The first 2 times I went back to Grenada, I literally went back with like 4 suitcases. 2 didn't belong to me.
Wow.
I just bought stuff for everybody. Friends, homeboys, acquaintances.
I think we all went through that a little bit. When
exes.
we first get here. Exes too? No, you on your own with that one.
Yeah.
No, I lie. My ex, I talked to all my exes, so whatever. But I think we all went through that. Like when you first come up here and you're going back, everybody always wants you to bring something back. Even if it's not you buying it for yourself, somebody has something to carry for somebody else.
That'd be my issue.
That was me. I all me.
No, I've been through that where I bought, but my first, I think like you said, my second time back when I was like, yo, I not even telling nobody I come in. I just going and pop up.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore. I learned.
I don't tell people I'm coming. And that's a shame to say that because people have it. Here's the thing I don't like, the guilt trip.
Yeah.
And from the time it started being a guilt trip, okay, you bring for this one and you didn't bring for me. And not only that, the people that you do bring for anticipate that you're going to do that every time you come home.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if they feel like they could tell you about yourself if you don't, or you forget where you come from. You see, anytime you start to try to control me that way, we have problems. So I just cut all of that out. And some people are grateful and some people are ungrateful.
So I don't know what life was like in the US in the early 90s and the 80s, but I think some of our family members who were here in the early used to give us a false impression of what life was like here.
They
But
definitely did.
I think it was different. I don't think the cost of living was so
Crazy?
high as it is now.
Right.
Because like I'm thinking back, things were more, to me, it seemed more affordable.
Okay.
A lot more affordable than it is now. Imagine you going and buy 2 jeans back in the days, and you trying to buy 2 jeans now to bring back. I think it's just different.
I think it's different though, because I feel like long ago people had this false sense of pride that because you come up here, you have to make people believe that you're living such a grand life here.
I think that's part of
So
it too.
they would always try to show that back home, because I know it had people who would say they're not going home because they can't carry this or they can't do this or they can't do that.
Right.
And I think they had they needed to put on that show. Like when you go back, you have to buy a whole new wardrobe to go back with, so you could show off, or you gotta do the like. I remember I had my aunt used to come back, and she used to shop all year just to come to Trinidad for that one time of the year. We were always grateful. I was always happy to see her, because I was not just happy to see her for that, but like she was my favorite aunt. But I was also happy that she would bring back stuff for us. So I get that giving, I want to give kind of feeling. But when I got here and I was struggling for the most part when I first got here.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't do all of that. I tried to do it. I ended up spending so much money. And then when I came back, I was in debt. So I stopped doing that. Sense. And then when I said I couldn't do something, people started to go, oh, you're over there and you're doing this and you're doing that. You gotta have people home. I started to get upset because you don't know what my life is here. And I'm telling you that, and you want to make it seem like, oh, this one do this and that one do that. So that is what made me stop more than anything else. The fact that people felt entitled.
So Molly says she don't have no family abroad. Everyone here. That's an easy way to get out of it. Everything is so expensive in the VI. I still mail packages home. That's Amory.
Hey Amory, where in the VI is she?
Ask her.
Hi Amory, where in the VI are you?
So let me.
But stuff is expensive in the Virgin Islands. Like when I came to New York, people were like, New York expensive. No, baby.
You know what's crazy too? Because even in Turks is beautiful, but Turks is expensive as shit.
Yeah.
Our rent in the Virgin Islands is close to the rent here.
Really?
Right. But we food is so much more expensive.
Because everything is imported.
Because everything is imported. Food is so much more expensive. Clothing is so much more expensive. Everything is, and mind you, we don't have any taxes there.
Oh, well, the taxes is baked in apparently.
Right, but at the end of the year, like what we pay, like what people in New York pay in taxes, we didn't pay that in the Virgin Islands, and we got money back. But we couldn't vote and stuff like that. I was like, I don't want to vote neither, or they end up in Trump.
Amory says she's located in Georgia and she's from St. Thomas.
Yeah.
So shout out to the VI people.
Yeah, I used to live in Old Tutu for a very long time, and then I moved to New Tutu. Okay. Hi, Emery.
Old Tutu and New Tutu. So my thing I was trying to raise, right? I remember being a kid, and when somebody in the village came back, I used to be like, wow, like all this new thing this person wearing. Look, that Nike, and every day you see this person.
Not knowing they save whole year just to be able to do that when they get home.
Not understanding the financial dynamics. And once I came up here and I understood like how hard it is that you have to work, and not necessarily like physically work hard, but to get up in the morning, take the cold, put on 3 layers of clothes.
You know what it is too? We work harder here than they work in the Caribbean.
Hell yeah.
And when I say that, some people let's get mad, but it is absolutely true. We work harder here than they work in the Caribbean. Yeah. So I feel like if I could get 2 jobs, you could get 2 damn jobs, and both of we could do. You understand?
How about this? We trekking to work in snow, footage of snow, and it's just like, oh no, that's nothing. It's like, yeah, when you come up here by accident or purpose on vacation, you barely want to look out the window when you see the snow.
Listen.
Yeah, I don't want to compare it, but the truth is we work harder here.
We work harder.
We do.
And they play more there. And as much as I don't envy them, or I don't want to take that away from you guys, from them, I always say this, don't because my sister and I had this relationship when I first got here. She used to get money from everybody because my mom was here, my brother was here. Like, she used to collect. And we didn't know that each of us was sending money for her. So she used to clean up. And we got to the point, and the thing is, she was never ungrateful. She never, when we said no, she never felt a ways about it. So she got away with a lot more, because if she ever threw a tantrum, that would be an issue.
Right.
So she got away with a lot more. But I had to say, yo, you need to send your money if you need blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And we had a little tense, but after that, like, for years now, it's been fine.
So
I know this year she make more money than me. So maybe you could send me a packet, send me a barrel.
Yeah. So let me say that. Once I figured out the finances and what it takes, I stopped. I cut it off. I completely cut it off. I remember one time a friend of mine told me, he's like, yo, bring down a pair of sneakers for me, and when you get to Grenada, I'll give you the money. I'm like, sure, no problem. In my mind, right?
As soon as you land and you give him?
No, I have brought stuff for that guy before, didn't ask him for money. I was like somebody, like when you lime in, I would buy drinks, everybody would drink, so that wasn't an issue. But what hurt me the most was when I handed him the sneakers. He's like, yo, I ain't have no money now. And that was it. He just took the sneakers and he's like, yeah, I ain't have no money, so I don't know what to tell you.
Like, no, I'm going to pay you later. No, I'll pay you piece by piece. You felt used.
Disrespected.
Disrespected. I never, ever bought anything for that person again, ever.
Listen, my mom always used to be like, here, put on your, miss, I only have enough space for my shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Even
and
that, even bringing stuff for other people, like I cut that down, period.
My mom is famous, and it's not to say that I don't love my family members.
Yeah.
I do. But 90% of the shit in my suitcase is for you. What am I gonna wear? What am I gonna wear? What am I gonna put on?
That's
I
not
come
the
to the
problem.
point where I stop bringing a suitcase. No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fit all my shit in this
In my
carry-on,
and that's it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not holding no extra bag. I'm not. Well, that's selfish. Let it be selfish. I love you.
Oh my God, I am queen selfish. I am the selfishest. This is how it is.
The selfishest.
No, let me tell you something. My whole family, they say this one thing. All you know how Nelly stop. I am a disclaimer. At
So,
this
yo,
point.
Pop over on Facebook is dropping the gems.
Come on, Pop.
He said they think everything is easy overseas until they visit. And I had an experience like that. I remember one time I asked my uncle for a pair of sneakers. And he's like, yo, Mac. He calls me Mac. He's like, yo, Mac, tired, bro. See, I come from work today and I don't feel I can go back outside. And in my mind, I'm like, what is he talking about?
Just go back outside.
Yeah,
It's
just,
right there.
you know, it's right there. Oh, you know?
No, you know.
Yeah, I know. And I told him that too. I said, remember that one time I asked you for the sneakers? I was like, I was so disappointed when you told me you couldn't go back out. And I said, now that I'm here experiencing it, I definitely understand what you mean. And I just want to let you know that, you know,
Yeah.
I understand what you went through when you had to send stuff for me. And people think it's easy. Like I have a friend right now, hit me up. Yo, get me a TV. I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna send him the money for you. But Best Buy is having a 4-day sale. Right?
So
And-
save your money within the 4 days.
So, you know, I don't mind buying it. But you see that demand, like, you know, get the sale when it's happening, you know? Assuming like I just have the time to just stop my day.
I think that is what it is for me as well. That demand of my time. And if you don't do it, something wrong with you kind of vibe.
Yeah.
The fact that somebody believed that they could speak to you like that. Like I'm a grown. Listen.
Nah, I just be like.
I just like I hate to say that because I know I've been called selfish a lot. But here's the thing: people don't call and just ask you to do something. And I had to establish that with my family. So I don't care if all they say, oh, I don't know how Nelly stop. Because when you establish the boundaries, but it's hard to establish it when you've been raised saying that you can't be selfish, you have to help people, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. So when you initially create those boundaries, people get mad.
Let me anybody's listening from inside the islands now that has a different take, because a lot of our listeners obviously is US foreign based pretty much. So anybody inside the islands, I know Drake is in Antigua, I know Hurricane, if he's still on, he's in St. Martin. So just give us your take from the island side of things.
And mind you, we are talking from the point of view of the people who've bold enough to demand, right? But I have a lot of family that don't do that. Like I said, my sister sends her money whenever she need anything, and she send it up front. Like I don't even have to ask her, like, yo, send your money and get yourself. We don't play them games because we know our relationship. So do you have family that's straight up? My grandmother has never asked me for a thing. Period. Don't bring back nothing. She'll say, people is your friends until they're not your friends. True. And she don't ask to bring back nothing for family members, for friends. She's never done that. So you have people in your life that don't ask you, but we get the ones that do. And others always say the minorities, when they are like that, they make the most noise. So those are the people that we remember. But I have cousins and family and friends that don't ask, and I still carry for them and say, hey, at least you could have this or you could have that. But the ones that demand it, they're annoying.
Why we always have to send? Like someone can send me something too. We need
I
a lot
tell
of
them you send me a barrel.
But
anytime you go home, I'm asking my list of shit.
In fairness, that friend that I just mentioned, he, like, if I call and I'm like, yo, I need some fish, I need some come up, he makes
sure you get it.
He makes it happen. He makes it happen. But there is a kind of, what should I say? Like
you don't like how he talk to you. He don't talk to you nicely.
No. He's not disrespectful.
I know.
But there is a feeling of entitlement that, you know, Like if he asks for something, like I ask you for some fish, like maybe like $100 worth of fish, but you'll ask me for like a $500 US. So in almost any time, right.
It never equals.
Right. And I'm not watching anything like to see like favor for favor. But every time I ask for something, I always know he's gonna ask back for something, and it's gonna come back in spades.
But what about if he doesn't? But is it our job to create those boundaries though? Because
Absolutely.
That's a thing that will
teach. I'm a big believer of you have to teach people how to treat you.
Sexy09 said only one person in Grenada who does send me a birthday and Christmas gift. Love him to death. You mind putting his name out there, Sexy09? Let's collect some info. Let's tag him. Darren, who's in Trinidad, said, I don't ask because from an early age, I know of how hard it is over there. My auntie would send me sneakers from time to time, and I was always grateful and treat whatever I got well. All right, that's pretty good.
Good, Darren.
Yeah. Darren's aunt is my godmother. Yes, I just remember that connection. Yeah.
Yeah.
Darren's aunt is my godmother. Yeah.
Wow.
She just say, Godson, how you doing?
Yeah, she, like I said, there's people, like, I remember getting my stuff and I know they're grateful. But my family is not the type of family to make you feel like stuff is all kosher when it's not. So we used to hear about, because I believe my aunt used to work in a pretzel factory. And it was hard because they got up and she worked 10 hours a day. And they would let you know that that's what they're doing. So it's like we were always grateful. And my grandmother raised us, like, be grateful.
Sexy09 say she'll pass. Sexy09, I thought you used to put the business
Sexy09
out there.
at this point in life, he is rarim. When he's doing crap like that is rarim.
Oh man.
You spell rarim wrong.
Pop says many people want you to bring stuff for them, but when them to go back, no one wants to give you anything back in return to show their appreciation.
Hello.
And yeah, but like getting back to the original point, I think a lot of people back in the islands, not maybe as much as before, had the impression that life here was so easy because we made them think that by what we showed when we go back every day. Like the first time I went back, I came in here, I think 2003. I went back in 2005. I spent 2 weeks home and I had a brand new pair of sneakers for every day I was home. That's how stupid I was.
Because that's what you
that's what I saw.
That's what you
Everybody
saw.
who came back
right, that's what I'm saying. And they don't understand that they shop all year for that. And for me, I came to the US. Well, I went to St. Thomas in 2001. Right? And I was in school. I couldn't afford all of that stuff.
Right.
When I went home, I was just happy to be home for Carnival. So for me, it was my same clothes. It was my same everything. So I think because I was in a different position,
Right.
I wasn't working for no certain money. Like I said, I was going to school full time.
Right.
I wasn't able to do that. And for me, that was fine. And I grew up in a family that, you know, like if you don't have, because I went down there and got my hair done, my nails done, my aunts and my uncles and everybody paid for that when I got to Trinidad. So I'm grateful that I had that experience and I didn't have to front or floss or do anything when I went back. So I have a different mindset and my family have a different mindset. So I appreciate that. Most people who demand stuff from me is not my family.
Here the funny thing about that trip, right? Went back to Grenada for the first time. I put all my sneakers in my carry-on. And then when I get there, my suitcase ain't come. So
you only had sneakers. Talk now, you was fly.
Brand new sneakers every day, but the same
clothes.
pants. I wear the same jeans for about a week. And guess what? I didn't even have boxers. I had to go buy some cheap, boxers. After I take it out and wash it, I can't even wear it again. I stretched. Dumbest thing I ever did in my life. But I had.
No, you had no choice. You didn't get your suitcase.
Yeah, but how stupid am I that I'm so concerned about my sneakers that I full up? Yeah, I had to floss.
Yo, I don't even know what it is with you guys on sneakers. My brother got a baby, and he bought baby wipes for his sneakers, and didn't buy no baby wipes for this child yet. She was pregnant at the time, but he's cleaned his sneakers with baby wipes, and he's been doing that for years. This was his first child, and I remember the baby mother going, "Cousin Lord, you buy no for this." And I don't think it just didn't occur to him that, we need to start, because he would give her money and she would collect. She was like, you buy baby wipes for these sneakers and you might not be a child yet.
This is
what is it with you guys and sneakers?
This is so crazy that because I was under the impression that every time I was home and somebody came back, they were fly. So I couldn't be the idiot that came to America
and it wasn't fly when you come back.
Yeah, so I loaded up. Mind you, I got some of the stuff at really good prices because I had a friend at the time who was working in Foot Locker. Wink, wink. I had a friend at the time who was working in Foot Locker, so she hooked me up really good. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm talking about Miss Marcel. Mrs. Marcel. Yeah. She was working Foot Locker at the time.
She was the plug.
Yes, she was the plug. So I got some really good discounts. So, I didn't spend as much as a typical person would, but I spent a lot.
I'm sorry, Sexy09. What? My son has over 250 pairs of sneakers and I blame me for that.
Yeah.
First of all, where's the 250 sneakers fitting? First of all, like my mother and my father would say, you have 250 pair of feet. Because no.
He has to wear one each day of the year. I don't stop at 250. I'm Sexy09. Go for the full 365.
Not 366. Just
with that plug, I have a friend, a very good friend of mine. He is the owner of It's From the Soul. So if anybody have any sneakers to give away, I'll bring the video in, but
Go ahead.
He goes around and he gives sneakers and shoes to homeless people. So he collects all the sneakers and shoes from us, and he gives them to homeless people. He's won a ton of awards. Been on the Ellen DeGeneres show.
I have a few sneakers that
so
I
I'm gonna
donate.
get that stuff for him, but he is amazing. And if you guys have any, he's on. He is on. You guys said you're not having people. I already sent his information in. He's on.
Okay. Gigi already took care of it.
So he is, he's phenomenal. He won the Danny Glover Award last year. He won, he's been doing it for a lot of years all over the world. And if you guys have any sneakers or anything, contact me and I would have him come and pick it up. But he picks up garbage of sneakers all the time, goes wash them, clean them, and then go downtown, deliver them. He's been, like I said, all over the world. Africa, he's has roots in Barbados. He's been there all over the Caribbean, and just being as we said sneakers, I remember that I've been meaning to ask you guys for sneakers for him.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the pause right now. We have the birthday girl. I just checked and the birthday girl is on. That's Miss whoa, she disappeared now. I just saw her on and then now I don't see her on anymore. But we're gonna get into the birthday song. And then we're gonna get into the bacchanal corner. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this quick pause. It's a wake-up call. Kareem, Consuela, Storm, Alma Boy still out somewhere. We're gonna be right back after this.
GMGT, yeah, GMGT. Good music, good times. We bring the good vibes. Where the culture lives, we ain't just nice, we real nice. Good music, good times. We bring the good vibes. Where the culture lives, we ain't just nice, we real nice. GMGT is where the culture lives. GMGT is just full of vibes, you know? They full of real vibes. So keep it locked. I said to keep it locked.
GMGT big, 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 where the culture lives. Big, big, vibes big, big, big. GMGT, oh, it is what it is. Smartin'.
Good music, good time, where the culture lives.
The Wake Up Call, now live on the best entertainment has to offer. Good music, good times, where the culture lives.
Good morning.
And we're back. We about to jump into the birthday song.
Oh.
I have my good friend. Today is her birthday. And I also have my homeboy who had his birthday on Sunday, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Sunday? Yes. So shout out to Wally. Shout out to Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
Birthday greetings goes out to y'all. And what are we gonna call names, or are we just gonna say, because usually when it's two people we don't say names, right? We just say
to you,
right? So Sexy and I don't say all them sneakers is in the closet and basement.
That too much, Papa.
Yeah. So let's we're gonna do it.
Yes.
We're gonna do
All
it.
right. Y'all know I have to take my exercises, right?
Oh, Jesus.
Go ahead, sir.
Right? Y'all know I have to do my exercises. Hold up.
You know there's an app for that.
My exercises.
For your focus.
Let's do it. I gotta do my exercises. For me to sing the birthday song, I must do my birthday exercises.
Okay.
My
No judgment.
No,
here.
Storm is looking at me in a type of way and I don't appreciate it. So I need if Miss Carrie and if Walton is out there listening, I need y'all to come into the chat room, make yourselves known. Let me see if Walton is back on Facebook. Yeah. Let's see. Yo, Pop is a mess. Whoever is Pop, yo.
What did Pop say?
Come back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
Pop said the body language changed the minute I said I had a friend at Foot Locker.
Whose body language? Yours or mine?
Yes,
mine.
it sure did.
Good morning, Jesus. I think Jesus is in one of the Latin America countries. Maybe Belize, I think Jesus is at. If not, Jesus, let us know where you are. Let's jump into, let me just make sure. No, Wally doesn't seem like he's there. Anyway, we're gonna do this. The birthday song, then we're gonna jump into the back in the corner. Let me take off the music and the acapella and one more breathing exercise before I get into it. And one and all right.
Wow.
Woo, I'm ready to go.
Right. You sure?
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
And one and two and
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
you.
You didn't finish drinking tea, that's why.
More fire.
We got the shivers at the end.
We got it?
We got the shivers at the
I
end.
think this was my best one yet.
Nah. The one last week was. You didn't finish drinking tea, that's why.
Did
You
I?
cracked a little. You
I
usually
cracked a
don't
little.
crack.
He cracked a little. You know what? This is a safe space. I'm very sorry.
So I want to say happy birthday to you,
Happy
Carrie.
birthday.
She just showed back up in the
and happy birthday, Wally.
So wish Carrie a happy birthday.
Bertha,
Wish
you
Wally a happy
clapping
birthday.
that?
Yeah, Bertha is clapping that. Why are you hating though, Storm?
I hating. Hating would mean I made up something that.
Thank you, Bertha. Bertha, thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Bertha said, great job.
She said good. Good.
She said good.
Good is not great.
Oh,
It starts the same.
I read great.
She spelled great wrong.
She spelled great wrong. That's exactly what she did. Carrie said thank you. You're welcome, Carrie.
You are welcome.
We hope you
Happy
have
birthday.
We hope you have a wonderful day today. Wally, shout out to Wally. Wally is one of my really good friends. He's like one of our chef masters for our group.
Yay.
Yeah, so
We should have a chef master.
So chef masters, but we have
A lot of great cooks that listen to GMGT. We should have a chef
I'm
master.
still waiting to eat some food that Patty made.
Yeah, I don't
think that's
don't put
gonna
y'all
happen.
faith in Patty.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
y'all
not.
probably would have to drag Patty in here and turn the stove on for him. I don't think that's happening.
Sexy 09 said you lasted exactly 119 seconds. She timed it. He cracked around 100 though.
Yeah.
Like he cracked.
No, that wasn't cracking.
Oh my bad. That was intentional.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
Oh,
effects.
so you was doing the dips.
Yeah,
The dips and dives.
yeah.
My bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wanted to, that's when, you make her feel like you're about to, and then you say, no.
Oh, you know what?
No. That's when you're doing the thing, right? And then when they stop and they start to kiss you.
Listen, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Yo. So,
Man, I'm a child of God, though.
shout out to all the January borns. We are just absolutely amazing people.
You guys are amazing people.
Yeah. January
Y'all
born
okay?
people are amazing.
Did
people.
just consider say you're all okay?
She hating.
That would mean that you made up something.
I didn't make up anything.
So
Listen, my brother's a January born.
So let's jump into the back in the corner. Happy birthday once again, Carrie. Happy birthday, Wally. Big up.
Lately, my girlfriend has been acting a little closed off sexually. I know for a fact that she watches blues, but she denies it to me.
She watches porn.
Blues. I don't say that word. It's disrespectful.
Okay.
So to spice things up, I bought some wrist cuffs and a porno for us to watch together. She said she didn't want to see me get off to other women and refused to watch with me.
Oh, wow.
Understandable, I guess. I can't tell if this is a self-esteem issue for her. I know she has the sexual energy, but I'm not sure how to unlock it. What can I do to make her feel open to communicating her fantasies and turn-ons to me? Tag y'all it.
Yo, that's Rarim. This is one for Rarim.
Y'all don't got nothing to say?
No, I don't, because I don't know that. That's not my, I don't know that realm. I don't know the shyness around sex. I don't know.
Maybe she's shy. There you go.
I get it, but I'm saying I can't give him advice because I could. Okay. You go first, and I feel like I could jump off of that. I understand that women are shy around it. I understand that there's dilemmas, but I cannot say, because I've recommended to guys the same thing: watch blues with her, or women get stimulated mentally. You have to do more before you actually get to the sex. Like, you got to build your way up to that. Maybe you got to put in a week worth of
Maybe
work.
you should start sexting her. That can be a start.
Right. So you have to start doing that stuff. But that, it's different women have different things, different traumas, maybe different whatever. So it's like they be different whatever. So it's like, to give that person advice, you have to know your woman. At this point, my advice would be get to know your woman better. So see what makes her tick.
Oh, I like that advice. What says you, Consuela?
Nail on the head here. It's kind of bothersome in a sense when a woman is closed off with the person that she's supposed to be.
So Gigi just raised a point. Go ahead, finish, Consuela.
Be having sex with, wait, what she said?
I always thought it was crazy how shy we are to talk about sex with the people we're having sex, and that's profound, because I have been in rooms with ladies where they will give you their whole sex story. Like, oh, I like this. I like it when it's this. I want cuffs. But when they're with the significant other, it just becomes
Here's the thing. When I
anything.
could be, it's not even that. It's it's easier for me to be vulnerable with you because you don't get to see me naked. Right? And it comes back to my own personal insecurities.
Right.
I could say whatever I want to you when my corset trainer on and my face full of makeup. You understand?
Yeah.
But to the significant other that gets to see me in the raw, there's insecurities there. And if he doesn't say the right thing, and I'm not saying this is his job to say the right thing. I'm saying that's just the scenario. If he's a person that is accustomed saying, oh, your belly getting big, or like punches like that, you telling me I'm getting a particular way is not the same as my significant other saying it.
Right.
So sometimes it's a dynamic between two people. And I have been with guys who made me feel very comfortable. I am fortunate that I work on myself to the point where I don't require you all the time.
The validation.
Right. But if you are a woman that needs that, and most of us do because of past trauma, and that guy hasn't trained himself or wasn't trained to be sensitive or even how to deal with something like that. Sometimes you say something, a man would say something that's absolutely innocent, and then we blow up and you guys go, what the heck?
Like, where did that come from?
I just say that all the time. So it's easier to be vulnerable with somebody who don't have a stake in, like your self-esteem. If you understand what I'm saying.
That makes sense.
Too, that you need to lay down that foundation with whoever you are intimate with. Because a lot of women, especially, they go off of the hype of what the media and everything
and with a man
do.
saying too, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that,
and then you get down to it and you fake moaning because you're afraid to tell him he ain't hitting the spot, or whatever the scenario may be. I just feel like if you're not vulnerable, or you have not reached that intimate place with your significant other, you're always going to be shy. Like, there's nothing that I can't tell my husband what to do or what not to do or how to lead them, because what might get your rocks off today might not be necessarily what get your rocks off
exactly
tomorrow.
And I've said this over and over. You need to wait to have sex. And I know coming from me, it sounds weird, but I've said that forever. You need to, because you have to trust that person. For women, it's very different from men.
And not even trust just sexually.
No, I don't mean trust sexually, but I have to be able to trust that this is us. Like, it's not like women go and they have, like, some women do it just to do it, and it's their... From what I'm learning, talking to women, it's trauma because it's their way of control. Being able to have sex with you, hit it and quit it. But how we are wired, and I'm not talking about 100%, but for the most part, how we are wired, intimacy is mental and emotional for us. You understand? So we have to have that connection with you to be able to be free most of the time. If you work on yourself to the point where you could be free with yourself individually, that's a thing, but most women are not there. So it's a trust factor, it's a coercion, it's a say the right kind of thing. And that is why some guys, even if they're not no good for you, get away with so much more than guys who is great guys, because they haven't practiced the art of making a woman feel comfortable. Right? There are some guys out there that ain't no good for you, and you would give them everything because they know that art. They practice that art.
Jasmine Sullivan said it best.
Who?
Jasmine Sullivan, her whole tales, her new album, basically saying how much shit she was willing to do for a man.
Right. Good guys who is not accustomed to that or trained in that way, they're great guys, but they can't get a woman to really commit for shit because they haven't practiced that. They don't know how to make a woman feel that comfortability with our own insecurity.
A lot of women want to feel safe, and safe is security, it's trust, it's being vulnerable, it's being it's like putting your baby out like a tiger or something, and you're out in the wild in the safari, and you're literally leaving your cub in the middle of God knows where with any amount of animals that's around that could just in a second come pick it up, eat it. It's just literally
So I think I've said that already. Like, the most meaningful relationships I've had with women is the women that made me wait the longest to have sex, or the most meaningful relationships I have is with people where I've never approached the topic of sex. Like, those are some of the most lasting, like, strong bonds. Like, I can call somebody and say, hey, I need some advice or something like that. And even for the relationship that did turn into sex, it has been some of the, that's who I ended up having like the strongest bonds with. So in terms of the scenario that we have right now,
it could be either or. It could just be that she's not really into him. Like, it could.
It's possible.
It could just be that.
It's possible. But let's assume that she is into him, but he needs to unlock that thing where she is at that space that she's in where.
No, I heard Sunday Mischief yesterday. My girl say I have the whop, you just don't know how to turn on the faucet. Paris said that.
But it's the truth though.
So what would be some things you as ladies would say that if you are a little bit shy, what would be some of the things that a man can do?
Talk.
Okay. Anything
Not just
else?
talking, like I have to know that you're vulnerable as well. And you let me know your vulnerabilities, then I know it's a safe space for me to express that. Right? Because in the back of, full disclosure, in the back of your head, sometimes you're like, especially when you first meet a guy, you don't know what he's telling other fellas about you.
Right.
Because that's a real thing. Guys get together and they talk shit.
Oh yeah, they talk. Guys do
so
talk.
I don't know how far to go with you because I don't know what you're going to be saying about me on the back
I never
end.
thought about that.
All right. Somebody just messaged to say maybe he always leaves her hanging.
It could be.
It's possible.
Right. So for me, it's about being in a safe space. I always say that. And that's because that's if you're honest and I'm honest and we could get there together. Because I don't know what's going on. And I grew up with boys. They talk so much crap
But
about
men do talk.
You understand? So it's like, and for me, I used to have that hang up, right? But then I have to realize that's not me thing, that's a you thing. But it's still in the back of my head, it's still always, what did he say? What did he do? Like, even though I'm secure with myself now, so I have to sometimes talk myself out of it and go, girl, he'll be all right. If he said a scrap, that shit didn't happen and you know it didn't happen. But if you're not there in your life, how are you supposed to fully be vulnerable with this guy and you don't know what he is saying to his friends? Especially if he's not coming to you with his vulnerability.
So let me
Never thought about his friends.
A friend of ours, I'm not gonna call names. All right, somebody came into the studio a couple of weeks back. I think it was Harmony Fest or something before that. And I know this person too. I know the guy. and the friend told me, she's like, hey, this guy once lied and told people he was, giving me, and knowing that person that the girl said that about, I wouldn't put it past him. So what is it that y'all think drives a man to lie on a girl's vagina?
I don't know. I've been trying to figure out. Somebody definitely did that shit to me before.
I have had it done several times. What the heck?
Like, bro, you don't even know what she tastes like. How you gonna sit here and tell other people that you done screwed me? I don't even know what
I need to ask you because I date so much people and people don't get, like, I won't say it's a persona, but I have different layers to me and sometimes this is the only side you see. So people tend to believe that and I hear it back and I'm like, what the, like, like what's going on here? It happened so much I had to get comfortable with it, but I'm saying, like, what is it that you could say, even if we've only gone out one time, that I bagged that drawers? Like, what the heck?
So how do me? I'm a man.
Amen.
I'm trying to get my girl to open up to me. So here's some of the things I want to try, right? I'm putting it out there. What you mentioned sexting, right? That could be a good way to start, loosening up and trying. How about role play? Does that work?
How about after a session, you just ask her, did you like this? Did you like that?
That can work too. Okay, ask.
For me, it's a different level. You have to be vulnerable with me. You got to tell me certain things about you that you probably wouldn't normally say. Like, it can't be just, come let me do this thing, girl. It's like, if you tell me one of your fears, that puts me in a different mood. And it doesn't even have to be about sex. Right. It's just about knowing that you are honest and vulnerable with me, so I could be honest and vulnerable with you.
Okay.
It's about, a connection. Like, do do I feel like I'm secure with you? Do you text me in the morning? Do you text me at night? Do you know how I'm doing? When I ask you how you're doing, do you take forever to get back to me? It's not just about sex with us. It's about creating that
mental stimulation.
Yeah, it's about creating that security. If a woman feels safe with you, like absolutely safe with you, like I've always said this, woman will walk with a man into the gates of hell knowing she's going to get burnt to heck up. But she'll be like, he had good intentions for me. No, seriously, if you could get a woman to that space, and that is why I'm saying guys who've practiced that art could get women. Like, you just see some guys and you'd be like, how this man get this girl? Or how did he just get women? And it's usually not one woman, he's doing that too. Yep. If you could get women to be in that safe space, you could get anything you want. And like I said, it doesn't have to be sexual things. Men feel like, okay, she's not opening up to me sexually, so I have to try sexual things. A lot of it is just security.
So, in summarizing what we just heard, we're gonna tell that man he needs to have a conversation with his girl and figure out.
I don't think having a conversation with her is gonna help.
Okay, so
is that me, or you think it will help?
I just feel like he need to know his girl.
Right, and getting to know her is not just, when I say conversation with her, you're thinking sit down and talk to her about her sexual needs. That's not what it is. He needs to get to know her as a person.
Yeah. Why did your boss do this? Yeah. How do you feel about this?
And then that's going to open her up to doing more things.
She's going to definitely be asking him. Hell, he probably wouldn't even have to bring anything to her. Yeah. She go and load him. Like, she'll overload him. So it's, like I said, it's not always about sex. A lot of it is intimacy, and it's not sexual intimacy, but sensual intimacy.
Gotcha. So in summarizing, the bacchanal corner.
Get to know your woman better so you could figure out what she needs from you.
So you can be in tune to her needs and wants.
Say that again.
What if at the end of the day that's not her cup of tea?
If that's not her cup of tea, then you move on and you learn some skills.
Got it.
Period.
And that's on period. Pop says Neil said sometimes men don't actually say they hit, but they give the impression that they did to their friends. That's true also. They wouldn't come out and physically, but if they get asked like, yeah, you hit that well, what do you think? You know? What you feel? Yeah.
I had somebody,
but I gotta get back to that. Why do you guys do that?
No, I literally had somebody while I was in a relationship with somebody, like we were all friends, well, I thought, and it was me and my ex at the time, and he definitely sat in front of my ex and was like, yeah, I hit that. And I'm like, bro, where was I when this happened? Bro.
And it does have some women that...
Pop said his grandfather told him if you lie on your private part, it'll get smaller.
Pops, I love Pops. No, but we do have some women who lie and say they didn't have sex with a guy that they did, you know.
Yeah.
Because it was probably whack.
So
we don't want to admit.
I have actually undercounted my body count. I never give my true number.
You just undercounted, but you're one of the first guys I ever said that. Most guys just have sex with 1 million women and they only had sex with 2.
Most men say that they have sex with 1 million
when they only
had 2.
More women than they actually have sex with.
Yeah, I think that happens a lot, but no, I undercount. Somebody else dropping some gems over here. What happens when you show up to talk, but they leave you? Wait, they leave you? I'm trying to get the rest of that message. Screen is a little small. Oh, that's a long message.
Maybe I could read Sassy's.
Go ahead.
If he is stuck, maybe try one of those question games and get the intimate events started.
Sassy Singer, I like that. I like that. Anybody has any? Let me hear what Sexy 09 has to say, because Sexy 09 does
always drop gems when it comes to anything sexual.
You know who I haven't seen in a few days? Yeah.
Patsy?
Yeah. The other people on the phone gets more attention these days. What happens when you show up to talk, but they leave you there and stick to their phone? That's a
then that's not a chick for you, is it?
That means she have a side man.
That side man. You know, do you know where your woman was at 12 a.m.?
It's 12 o'clock.
Do you know where I am? Do you know where your other is? Not significant. Your other.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, it's like I have to work on myself, but a lot of the guys that I give a try to, because I've been with those smooth talkers.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like they're not getting it, or they're not figuring it out. And I don't know.
I'm thinking if I've ever been with a smooth talker.
I have been with them, girl. They lit. Some of them lit, but some of them is like all talk.
Nah, I don't think none of them was smooth talkers.
So here what? We're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna tell this guy get to know his girl on a more sensual level, and then on the sexual level that will probably lead to some breakthroughs. I, as a man, men tend to be more physical, so I think we'll probably look at it. Okay, so how do you want me to have sex with you? Do you want different positions? I think that's how men will generally
But we're telling you
at
guys.
that problem. But guys, you hear it from the women first. Approach the topic from the inside out, not the outside in. Right? That's a nice way to put it.
Basically.
Yeah, from the inside out.
That's on period.
Yeah, so go into
That's
her,
on period is outside.
go into her mind.
No, Jesus.
Go into her mind.
Yes, get to know you. Listen,
and then outside she will manifest.
I
that
know
for
we
you.
gotta go. I have a small question for guys.
So
why is
do
it
you
so?
know if we have to go if you have a question?
Yes, we still have to
All right. Okay.
I still have the question though. You could go and come back and answer.
Okay. Go ahead.
So we could get them time to think.
Yeah.
Is that okay with you,
That's-
Rari?
that's
I appreciate the time. Why is it so hard for you guys to be vulnerable? And why is it that you guys don't get to know women better?
Let's come back after the break and speak about that. It's the wake up call. Storm, Consuela, Kareem, we're gonna be right back after this.
The Wake Up Call, now live on the best entertainment has to offer. Good music, good times, where the culture lives.
Good morning. Good
How them girl and them so boy? Long time only like money man. Now you like susu man. This is from the age of 10. Had my first girlfriend. I didn't have no paper when she wanted ice cream from right round the bend. But don't fast forward later then. How much money you spend? This small susu hand where I get. She marking every cent. You see I trust too much girl in life. You see I make too much a bad choice. You see I try to do what is right. Never me again. I'm jamming them girls for spite. I hand in first. All them girl is the worst. I hand in first. Can't take it in reverse. I hand in first. All them girl is the worst. I hand in first. Can't take it in reverse. I hand in like more money to spend, I juggling both of them. Different and the best friend, and they want me to spend the what? Pay the bills and rent. The two susu hand way I get, she still say she take cash and check. You see I trust too much girl in life. You see I make too much of a choice. You see I try to do what is right. Never me again. I'm jamming them girl for spite. I hand in first. All them girl is the worst. I hand in first. Can't take it in reverse. I hand in first. All them girl is the worst. I hand in first. Can't take it in reverse.
Wake-Up Call. The Wake-Up Call, now live on the best entertainment has to offer. Good music, good times, where the culture lives.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about Atlanta, but
What?
we'll talk about this first. Intimacy and men,
In men?
and their lack of vulnerability.
This one is kind of close to home.
But I would like to hear from you.
Yeah, I'll give my 2 cents.
And the guys in the chat who's been avoiding this like the plague. Only Pops has been really giving us gems.
Yeah, Pop has been consistent on Facebook this morning. Hey, shout out to Neil, that my team inside London. Big up. Pop said, if life threw you ice cream and you don't know which one you love more, remember there's a lot of different types of ice cream. So sometimes you got to sample to see which is your favorite. Give that man a trophy.
I was about to say that, Pops. Amen, Pops. I've been sampling now for about 5 years.
Yeah.
I have never been happier. Some samples are better than others, but I could fully say I enjoy
Ice cream.
sampling ice creams.
All right.
Genuinely enjoy sampling ice creams, Pop.
Give this man a trophy.
Can you give him a round of applause? Do you have the
I think Shakira deleted the
applause?
yeah.
Pops, yes, Pops.
Yeah,
I don't know where you are in this world.
I think I can find it. I'll go back and find it. Pops, where are you located? Let us know which part of the world you are.
And you know what the good thing about sampling? You get to know yourself
Tell
better
us.
because you know which flavors you like and you don't like. Like you may not like rum raisin, but you like rum, no raisin. But you figure that out because you tried rum raisin. And then you could do different combinations and stuff like that. So you get to learn yourself more the more you sample.
I fully agree with you.
She's saying, wow, like that's not a real thing.
I fully agree with you. I don't know if I'll necessarily say it out loud, but I fully agree with you.
Okay, I ain't gonna cry convinced on it. I'm just saying. Sample. Deluxe. Delights. Stuff that you think you may not even want. Sample it. You never know.
You never know. So, Pop says he's in Grenada. All right, Pop, welcome. So you were asking the question. Ask the question again. Let me see if I can try my best on answer.
Okay. Why? I know why. How can we get men to be more vulnerable?
Right.
And to get to know us better so that we could because we've been forced to get to know you guys better and what you guys respond to.
Right.
Like how could we get that in reverse?
I don't know. Like I said, a lot of relationships are based on sex. And once the foundation of a relationship is sex, it can't really go further unless the two participants, no, not even stop, unless the two participants make an active attempt to get to know each other.
Yep.
It can't be one-sided.
But this is why I always say don't go down that road.
Right.
Once you start being intimacy, it becomes a fallback. When you have an argument and anytime you need to get out of anything uncomfortable, it goes to sex. Anytime I want anything, period, and I know this is gonna get you to calm down, I'm gonna have sex with you. It's a good fallback. We are busy. We don't have time. You have to. I would say this. It's hard, but I would rather get out of a relationship than try to work on getting back to a community, getting back to an intimate level with somebody. Because it's easier to start that building a new foundation with somebody else than it is to get rid of bad habits with the person you're already with. I'm not saying it should be. I'm just saying it is easier to start a new foundation with somebody else from scratch than it is to kill bad habits that you already established in a relationship.
I'm not gonna go against that, but let me, like, I have this ex, right? And it started as a pretty much sexual relationship. It was just, we meet up, we bang, nothing much after. But I remember one night we had a conversation, probably lasted about 3 hours. And like we really took the time to ask questions. Okay, so where do you see yourself in 5 years? What is your favorite this? What is your favorite, you know? And
it had nothing to do with the relationship. It was just individually.
Just finding
getting
out
to know the person.
And it changed the dynamic. The relationship changed after that.
In what way?
It got better.
Great.
Now you're besties.
Yeah, it felt like
it happened to me, and the opposite happened.
Yeah, y'all stopped having sex?
No.
She's like, no. Why would we get rid of the sex cream?
That's the one thing that was working. No, but I found out that we are not compatible.
Okay.
We are not. We both love sex, but that's about it. We both like the same food, but where we're going in life, two different places. What the foundation of, for example, I believe men and women are equal. We're not the same, but we're equal. And we should contribute equally, right? He believes that man is the head of a household. Dated this guy for 6 months. Been having sex with him for 2 years. And not knowing that this is what he believed about how a home should be run,
right?
Or children, even going down to naming children and stuff like that. When we actually had a we did, like it was in the middle of the night. We finished having sex. We watched something and we just started talking. It was just like word vomit. We just couldn't stop. And I realized that we are not in the same space, and we will not be in the same space. So we had sex for 2 more weeks and we ended it.
So question. What does it mean to you for a man to be the head of household?
In a head of household, that means that the buck stops with him. That's like me owning my business. I take everybody's opinion into consideration, but the final decision is mine.
Okay.
That's what I believe it is. Now, don't get me wrong. Even though I say men and women are equal, we are not the same. I believe you assign different tasks to different people. Like if your job is to raise kids, then I would be like, whatever you say, like I could have a discussion with you, but whatever you say when it comes to the kids and their education, that's where you have the last buck. If you are in charge of the finances, it depends on who's in charge of what. If you are better with finances than I am, then that's the buck stops with you in deciding how we do major purchases. Like I'm okay with assigning roles. What I'm not okay with is that the buck stops with you on every decision.
But why do you feel like that has to be the case if he is head of household?
Then No, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying, what is head of household if it's not the CEO of the company?
Okay, so what do you feel about that situation, Consuela?
No, I'm just asking. I personally feel like I make the home, you make most of the money. But we can both definitely have a conversation on every aspect of the household. At the end of the day, I run shit. You can definitely have your word, and I'll definitely take it.
So you believe the woman should be the head of the household?
I don't think just the way I was taught, in a sense, the man was always, it's God, then the man, then the wife, then the children. But I just don't feel like if you're the man, you're supposed to tell me to jump and I'm supposed to ask how high.
Right.
In my relationship, that's not how it works. But at the end of the day, I'm never going to take away from you that you are the man of this house.
Okay.
Being the man of this house doesn't necessarily mean head of household.
But that's how my brain,
your brain operates.
That's why I wanted to ask you.
So in my dynamic, you being a man, let's face it, men and women need different things. We need to be more intimate. Men don't have that aspect of it. Their ego is a different thing from ours.
Right.
Although I've met women who have bigger egos than men. But
I'll come back to your question too. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
But although I just like how I say you need to get to know your woman and you need to be able to operate with her and speak to her in her own language. I believe the same thing for women to men. So, you have to get to know your man and speak to him in his language.
So Shandy says head to me means he takes the lead and we decide together, but he leads. I think that's kind of a liberal way of looking at it. I think the way you said your story, he took head of household literally. Like, I'm in charge. I make all the final decisions. And
well, it doesn't have to be like that. It could be respected.
I'm not saying it has to be like that, but based on what you said, it seems like that's what the guy had in his mind.
Yes, it does.
Right? Like he's the one in
when
charge.
When he said goals, it doesn't matter what you try to contribute. It's just me and me alone.
Is that a right assessment of what you thought he was saying?
Yes, in general.
Okay.
I would say this because he may be listening. He is a considerate guy. He is. He is a considerate. I am dead ass.
Storm, you should have led with that.
He may be, no,
you know
but
I have a story, but he might be listening.
He may be listening. No, I know he is listening. Hi, baby cakes. But I'm saying, he is a considerate person.
Is there more models like you in the store? He
is a considerate person. When he believes he has a household, like Consuela said, this is how they grow up, and this is the belief that God, man, woman, child. So he believes all of that, and I will never say that I don't date bad guys. Like I've grown out of that phase. So
according to you,
if I date that person, it's because they're cool in some aspect or another. He fully, like I said, he take people into consideration, but when the final decision is made, it is him taking everybody into consideration. That doesn't mean it has to be his way or no way, but he is the head of household. I am a woman that I cannot live in that dynamic. Period. Even if what you are doing is best for me.
All right, let me I have a voice note that came in here and I'm going to take it by faith. I didn't listen to it before, so hopefully it's nothing crazy there.
We have good viewers.
I don't know who this person is. They just started messaging us this morning and he has a lot to say. Let me see if they have a name attached to their profile. The name attached to the profile is Power Play. It's a 784 number. Where is that? Is that a country or is that a state?
Figure it out by the time.
So let me see what he has to say. Let me run this voice note here and hear what he has to say.
Hey, just a heads up. Let me put this into perspective. Can you listen and understand this one? Okay. You and her together, and she knows that the ex is not allowed in the house. However, something happens, and the only person she decides she can call to fix this problem is her ex. And I'm like, okay, isn't there any other number you could have called to fix this issue?
So it's funny. I had that situation happen to me one time, and it did not end well. That the person called me, right? They and their boyfriend had a falling out or something, and I guess I was her safe place. And my significant other didn't appreciate that at all. Like she
your significant other didn't appreciate it.
Yeah, so this girl that I used to deal with, she's currently in a relationship. She has a man. I have a woman. She calls me, I think it was late. My significant other is lying right next to me. She's like, "Ooh, I don't know what to do again. I'm gonna kill him." I'm like, what is happening? What is happening? Now I'm ready to jump out and go rescue her and take her out of the bad situation. And yeah, that wasn't a nice conversation to have after the fact. So in his situation where he's saying like this ex-man called his girl while they're together, I can see
that is not what he's saying. I actually know this story.
What is he saying?
He's saying that some shit happened in the house.
Something happened in the house.
And the man is a plumber, and that's the only person that she knows fast enough that could get here to fix the situation. So she calls she ex to come. And
because he was a plumber. But that is what he is saying. He didn't like that. He didn't like that. He is saying you could have
I see no problem with that.
You don't see okay.
Yeah, especially if you plumbing for free.
That's Abdel, you didn't have to pay.
He's in St. Vincent. That listener is in St. Vincent. Bro, you know what's the cost of plumbing up here? I just had to, let me put the team on blast. I just had to replace a whole toilet inside here.
Oh my God.
A whole toilet.
You would have liked that extra come and fix that.
$600 and something dollars.
You would have been okay with an ex person coming in here and doing it for free.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. If any one of my ex-woman could have plumbed, I'm bringing them right in. Right in. Come on. Get them pipes wet.
I have...
Splash. much.
I agree with you. Like, if you could get a plumber done for free, like, I would say this. Consider this. If you have an ex-girl, like, if we were together and you got into trouble and your ex-woman could help you out of trouble while I'm not there, why would I be so mad about that as your woman? Like, would I rather you stay in trouble just because I don't want you calling your ex?
That's the thing. Like, women, like, I understand. All right, you in a committed relationship.
No, he's a man.
No. I'm just trying.
No, I
like the territorial behavior when it comes to significant others, and it goes both ways, men as well as women. I think it can lead to like more growth if we just get along with each other and we can,
Welcome to Utopia,
I think people just don't trust other people's intentions.
But you have to trust, that is what you have to trust your mate.
And that's why sometimes a lot of women would say, I trust my man. It's that other B I don't trust.
You listen, here's the thing. Let's say you and I were in a relationship and now we're done, and then, like, for example, your significant other getting mad about you helping somebody.
Sorry.
Okay.
Vinci friend say there's other numbers, he'll pay. So she knows how he feels about it. Bro. You know what? Let me hush. I don't want to come. Let me stay out there.
Go ahead.
No, I want you to say it. You're the only guy here. Go through.
No.
No, say it.
It feels like some extra plumbing going on. Something else leaking, and it's not the faucet.
But
morning, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny. So my thing is this: like I said, I have really good relationships with my exes. Some of us closer than others, but I have good relationships with them. I'm not crossing that line. So you have to know the person that you are with. And like, I have had a situation like yours where it was Sean. And his ex or whatever called him and it wasn't even an ex, it was just somebody he was having sex with, right before me. Called him because she was in a bad situation with the guy she was in. Both of we put on clothes and going down. Yeah. Because for me, I'm serious. Don't like.
Is there another model like you in the store?
I don't know.
And what's the return policy just in case he ain't work out?
I don't know, Rari. But I'm saying I don't like advantageous situations, period.
Right.
She have a guy that was, and Sean been talking about this, why she with him, blah, blah, forever. And I understand you. And that is what I'm saying about being honest and vulnerable with your partner. Sean and I have had this conversation about this girl so much times, and I know how he feel about the situation she's in.
Right.
So when that phone call came in, it's not on me to say, why she called you of all people? I know the situation with her already.
That makes sense.
You understand? So it's about open communication. I've often said he's one of the best men I've ever known. We can't get along to be like that, but he is. And like I said, both of us, he said, babe, da, and both of us put our close to go down, and I was more mad than him when we got there. So you kind of have to, that boundaries you put on people, you have to understand you're putting that on yourself.
I don't have those issues in life.
Let me say this. And when I was growing up, right? I idolized my dad. But the things that I saw my dad doing was having multiple women, having multiple kids with multiple women, everybody in the village respected him and like, hey, yo, schoolboy. Yeah, schoolboy was the man. So growing up, I thought that's what I had to do to be the man. And that's where I wanted to go. And then, I grew up and I saw there was another way to make things work, and those demons of like one is still haunting me to this day. It's hard for me to stay focused because for years that's the,
it's ingrained in your psyche. It's almost subconscious at this point.
Yeah, and it's affecting my ability to have like real relationships.
So that's why you guys are having a hard time being intimate and being.
For me, that's one of the reasons. Like a lot of it is my fault. I can admit to that and say it is just difficult because I would say from 14 all the way up to 20, like my life was built around like collecting numbers, like building, like hit that. Yeah, I gotta build.
Yeah, that quarter to me.
Yeah, because I'm my dad's child, and I wanted to, live up to those.
And that's why we go back to how you raise boys versus girls, like giving them dollies, giving them house, giving them this, giving them that. When it comes to guys, if he sit down, like I had my little nephew between two women, his father come in and gave him a big bonks because he's 4 years, was 5 at the time?
Yeah.
5 years old. He sit down between two of the school girls. Yeah. And he bought, and this is my girlfriend, and this is my girlfriend. And his father woke up, gave him a bonks, and go. That is how we train boys, and this is how we train girls, and we contributed, both men and women contributed evenly. I would say this: women raise their boys to love them, not love women.
Right.
You understand? If you understand that dynamic. We don't tell them that you gotta be this way or that way. Like, love your mommy, come mommy child, mommy this, mommy that, mommy the other. And y'all know how I feel about mama's boys. But as we contribute to that, like how much times have I heard mommy say, oh, he's a boy, he could do this and he could do that, but you can't do this or you cannot do that. We contribute to it evenly. And we have to stop that culture.
I haven't done that with my child. If that's one
well,
thing
you're in this generation.
Yeah, I'm thinking our generation coming up before us. I like when I first got married, I was like, damn, like this is what marriage is like. If I had known or had seen examples of that, right, I probably could have been more equipped to handle marriage when I did get married. But it's been a challenge for me.
And for me, it was hard for me because I grew up with strong women. I've said I was the first person to get married in my family in a very long time. And because I grew up with strong women, I didn't grow up with my mother and them living with no man. I didn't grow up with them dependent. Like, they had their kids, and if the guy come, he come, and if he don't come, he don't come. So how I grew up was, you got to control your own destiny, because if you let a man do it, they're going to take over and take everything from you. And I took some of that mental stuff into my marriage as well. And it took me a while to get out of it. And luckily, I was with somebody who was understanding. And even he had his issues. And he would always say, the reason why I make sure I not do that with you is because my father treated my mother this way. And I want to make sure that's not the dynamic, because he saw how much his mom suffered. So...
Well said.
We are issues.
I do have.
Yeah.
And I can admit that I have enough where I am to the point where some gotta give. Yeah, some gotta give. Anyway, that was my moment of
vulnerability. Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
He know how to do that. I'm so proud.
Really? That's where we going. Yeah. See that?
I'm gonna just say thank you.
The first time I met Kareem, I was like, what's going on? Are you okay? Do you have emotions? Can you smile? Oh, wow, he can laugh. But he got that business laugh.
That we don't know if it's a real laugh or not.
You don't know. Like,
it's a real laugh.
It's a real laugh.
I've learned.
Listen, thank you for that. And hopefully, more men could be vulnerable and honest. And hey, and it's not even about honesty. It's just about truth. You know that there's a difference between honesty and truth. Truth? Did I say that right?
Go ahead. I want to hear that.
Well, being honest is telling your truth. Is, for example, if I see Consuelo every day and I say, oh, your hair so pretty.
Don't lie.
That is...
Why?
I do love your hair, though.
I don't. But
okay,
continue.
I'm saying, if I say that, okay, I think your hair is so pretty, that's me being being honest with you. Right? But if I could know that I truly do not like you and still say your hair pretty because I think your hair pretty, that's being honest. But to say, tell your truth and tell it from a place of...
You don't like it?
Not really, not all the time. You just sit down here, I think you're an assassin by trade. But being able to say that I do not like some of the stuff that you do, and to be able to say I like you but I don't like some of the stuff that you do, and say that from a place of however that person takes it or however it comes back to me, I'm gonna have to accept that and be afraid of the consequences but not let it dictate you. That's your truth, to be able to say everything, not omitting anything. You understand what I'm saying? And I know we have to create a safe space for most people to be able to do that. But I feel if the more of us not worry about the consequences and do it, eventually we'll have a movement where everybody can, and then that would create a safe space.
We got to be the change. Here's what I'm going to do. Our friend from St. Vincent dropped in one more. Is that? Yeah, he dropped in one more voice note. We're going to play that, and then we're going to take our goodbyes. So on behalf of Storm, Kareem, Consuela, this is a wake-up call, the best morning show in
all the land.
All right, guys.
We got to get our shit together.
We're gonna say that. I don't know what happened to y'all.
We're going to play the voice note, and then after we're going to close it down. Daybreak with Nikia is up next. To the people on YouTube, don't go nowhere. The people on Mixcloud, don't go nowhere. And every other platform will be restarting. So, guys, sticking nowhere. It's the wake-up call. Shout out to everybody that was logged in this morning. Big up to the crew from the Bahamas. Big up to the crew from Antigua. Big up to the crew from St. Martin. Team inside St. Vincent. The team inside Leeds. The team inside London. We have somebody from Guyana now. Who comes in every morning.
Brooklyn. We international.
So we also have somebody from Barbados who usually checks in. So
we have a few people from Barbados. We're international.
We international. So here's what. The wake-up call. We out of here. Voice note, and then we'll wrap up. All right?
Just want to say thanks. I listen to you guys radio station all the time. It's just that from a different perspective, because, you know, I get some answers from my friends when I put it to them, but I think it was a bit biased or whatever, looking at it from just, you know, so I just put it out there so I could get a different perspective on it or whatever and stuff like that. However, don't get me twisted or wrong about it. The person that, you know, this happened between me and them or whatever, she's a great person, but, you know, as I say, shit happens in life.
All right, bro. I think you love your woman. I heard that in your voice. Yep. And whatever you got to do to make it work, make it work. And with that said, peace out. The wake-up call.
The best morning show in all the land.
We out of here, guys. Daybreak up next.
Island Flavor Ringtones. Island Flavor Ringtones is now on Apple iTunes by Nikki G The Voice for your download and pleasure. Visit www.nikkigmedia.com for more info on other platforms and also customizing your ringtone. Come on, man. It's our very own Caribbean accent ringtones. Hey, you. Your phone is ringing. A girl gotta look her best, but come on, man. Pick up the phone. Hey, it's your girl. She's calling you again. Are you gonna pick up? You asked for it, so here it is. What you waiting on? Go download. Add Nikki G The Voice on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and SoundCloud.
Good times, we bring the good vibes. Where the culture lives, we ain't just nice, we real nice. GMGT, yeah, yeah. Whoa. Yo, GMGT is where the culture lives. GMGT just full of vibes.